are 5 things that I wish I did differently when I was a teenager living in Nigeria. Hey, welcome to my YouTube channel, Genevieve. If this is your first time being on this channel, this is your first time coming or stumbling upon my page, welcome, and I really hope you love it here. But if this is not your first time, like you've been here before and you're coming back for more, thank you very much for coming back. I really do hope you enjoyed this video. So here are 5 things that I wish I did differently when I was a teenager living in Nigeria. I wish I put myself out there more and I wasn't so shy. So here's the thing. When I was a child, that's when I was in primary school, nursery school, I was always involved in activities. I was in the debate club, I was in the dancing club, I was in the dancing club, I was in the drama club, I was just everywhere. Back then, I didn't understand the concept of being shy. I didn't even know that being shy was a thing. I didn't even have it in my vocabulary. Like, being shy was nothing. I didn't even know that something like that existed. Back then, I just wanted to be out there. I wanted to dance in front of parents. I wanted to debate my fellow classmates in front of people. I wanted to act. I was just always out there. But then I realized that when I started transforming from a child to a teenager, I started being more reserved. I started being more shy. I started going behind the doors. I rather be a bystander than be an active participant. So yeah, I feel like that contributed a lot to how I am now as an adult. Things have really changed for me. Sometimes when I flash back to those times, when I was still a child, when I was still out there, when I was still doing my stuff, I'll be like, wow, I can't believe that I was that kind of person. But then when I transformed from a child to a teenager, around that point in my life, when I became a teenager, I became more shy and reserved. I started being an onlooker instead of an active participant. I really wish that I put myself out there more when I was a teenager. I wish that I participated in activities. I just wish that I wasn't so shy. I wish that I wasn't so aware of my surroundings. I wasn't so bothered by what other people thought about me. Yeah. I wish I loved myself more. Hear me out. When I say this, I mean I wish that I wasn't so critical about myself. I wish I wasn't so aware of my own body. I don't know how to put it, but back then when I was a teenager, I had other teenagers as friends, as classmates, as what's that word? I can't remember the word. But back then, it was like everybody around me were basically teenagers, and everybody was just so fixated on how their body looked. Everybody was so fixated on how they were. And me, back then, I was like, oh my God, I'm not any of these things. I am so screwed. That was my mentality back then. So loving myself was something that I never even thought would be possible. I wish I loved myself more. I wish I loved every part of myself, every part of my body, every part of my brain, every part of my mentality. I just wish I wasn't so critical about everything that I did. Because if I had loved myself more, all those things would have not been an issue. If I was more content with the kind of person that I was, certain things would have been avoided. Certain things it would have made my teens way easier. Because I was always so critical about myself. I was always so competitive. Like, if I want to do something and someone else is doing something in a way better than I was doing, I'll be like, why can't I get things right? Why am I always this kind of person? Why am I always last in everything? Why am I this? Why am I that? Just being so critical about being hard on myself. So yeah, I wish I could go back. Not really go back, but like I wish back then as well, as a teenager, I was able to just like brush some things off, give myself some break, cut myself some slack, because I have tried. Yes. The next one. I wish I became a multimillionaire when I was 15. Now you guys, you calm down. Calm down. I know that I'm not being realistic with this one at all. I wish I became a multimillionaire when I was 15. I'm not being realistic with this one at all. But you guys, I desperately wish that I was a millionaire by the time I was 15 years old, because life as an adult now requires money. Like money. So if I were a millionaire back then when I was like 15 years old, life as an adult would be like, it would be such a smooth ride. I wouldn't have anything to worry about, like zero worries. With money, there are no worries. So yeah, that's just basically what I mean. Yeah. I wish I didn't try to match people's perception of me. Okay, let me explain what I mean by that. First things first, I even up to this point, I'm someone who always cares a lot about what other people think about me. I care about it a lot, and sometimes I just try to like brush it off and remind myself that I am my own person. What other people think about me should not even make me budge. But it's very hard to clear myself with that mindset. It's very hard to stop being that kind of person. So yeah, back then I wish I didn't try to match people's perception of me. I wish I was my own person without trying to fit into other people's box. Like, some people saw me as a tough person back then, and then whenever I come across someone who saw me as a tough person, I try to act tough. Others saw me as a soft person. Whenever I come across the people that saw me as soft, I'll try to act soft. It's just basically me trying to be a chameleon. I was trying to just blend into people's perception of me, trying to always make myself fit into their little box instead of just standing out on my own. Yeah, so that is another thing that I wish I did differently as a teenager. I wish I understood the concept of what it meant to be Nigerian when I was 13 years old. Yes. See, one thing about, it's very, very different being a Nigerian than it is being any other person in this world. As a Nigerian, life is really, really hard. Not just as a Nigerian living in Nigeria, life is so freaking hard. Like, it's so hard being a Nigerian. Emotionally, physically, mentally, any lease, it's so hard. And back then when I was younger, when I was around maybe 12, 13, 9, 10, like when I was still a child, somewhere around that point, I didn't really understand what it was being a Nigerian. All I knew was that, oh, I'm Nigerian. Okay, so what does that exactly entail? I didn't really care about that. But now, I know this is me not cutting myself some slack, but I'm just saying, I wish I actually understood what it was back then. Maybe, just maybe, I'd have started working towards something great at that point. I don't know. I just really, really wish. So yeah, that's it for this video. This video is quite short, I think. Please, if you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, share, do whatever it is that you can with this video. Just please put me out there. Thank you very much for watching once again. I am JDV. Please subscribe to my channel. Bye. What did I just do? Bye.